As we had our Radhashtami class on Sunday, we are a little careful about what we speak, and what we discuss, what our realizations are, following the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, and Srila Gurudev's Divine Causeless Mercy. But we are preaching, So that's the reason why we broke the class into two, We had some about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions and this, so the time could be arranged nicely. It had a big traction, the first class too, from a lot of devotees. So, just a bit of continuation. Some of you made notes of this class, of the Radhashtami class. So, do you remember, I mentioned that there are three Radharani. She displays with three in different forms. Yeah? Anyone remembers at all? I'm not taking a test, just asking you.
Yes.
Yeah? Very nice. What are those, remember?
Yes, as Lakshmi's.
Yes?
As Queen
Of Dwarka?
and third one is Gopis in the Vrindavan.
And of this, who are the topmost?
Gopis.
Yeah. Okay. So all of them are the goddess of fortune, the beloved consorts of Lord Krishna, are of three kinds. So we discussed that Krishna is lover of Radha and is also lover of the cowherd maidens of Braj. So we are seeing from that point of view, from Krishna's point of view. Please don't discuss this in public too much. It's only for your information and because all of you are preaching, so it will be beneficial in some time or other. Okay. Our goal is not to splash things. We are so very particular how much information we give, not also, even now also, careful. This is our Sampradaya mood, at least from Prabhupada. So, Krishna's consorts, whom Krishna loves, are of three kinds, are of three categories. The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, the queens of Dwarka, and the milkmaids of Braj. So very specifically, they are milkmaids of Braj. What are milkmaids? The business is to, they collect milk from the cows and they sell it. As milk, as yogurt, as ghee, this is what they do. Who are foremost of all. These consorts all proceed from Radhika. Okay. They all come from Radhika. And we discussed also that the different categories among them, we will not go too deep on the subject of the Vrindavan, of the gopis. And there are thousands and millions of them. Each of them also have got their own separate sanghas with separate mood, mellow. And Krishna is a reservoir of all the mellows. When he is dancing with his cowherd boyfriends, when he is enjoying with the gopis, with his wives, the goddess of fortune too. That's why he's called Ram, means supreme enjoyer. Our enjoyment we know. You say, okay, speak to him like this or speak to her like this, she'll be very happy. You give him this food, give him that food and the work is done. Speak these few nice words and the work is done. But for Krishna, he's unlimited. So his desires are unlimited. We have to understand this. And we being Tatastha Shakti, we cannot comprehend the amount and the quality of his enjoying capacity and propensity. That is the reason why we are in this material world suffering. Even as devotees, we are supposed to be very jubilant, but we are morose. Anytime we feel morose in our devotional service, that means we are bringing our mind on the subject. Take it from me. If we do not bring our mind, material mind on the subject, then there is no question of being morose. Because devotional service is very joyfully performed. It's very simple. Even a child can do. As we say, by ordering prasadam, you are doing devotional service. Now how beautiful is it? By singing Krishna, you are doing devotional service. At the same time, by fasting also you are doing devotional service. By doing service also you are doing devotional service. But by not doing devotional service, by enjoying the service done by others, you are still doing devotional service. So how beautiful is this? It's a very dynamic process. Then why do we morose? Because we are not understanding the philosophy correctly. Prabhupada has made it very simple for all of us. Now, just a bit of information. The topmost of them are the gopis, who are milkmaids of Braj. Now you say, okay, that's right, topmost is gopis. Let us have some bit of understanding very briefly on I would like to us to discuss and have a bit of understanding on the different categories of these topmost devotees. They have taken the form of gopis, milkmaids, but they are actually living beings who have captured Krishna and in a particular mood. That's why they have taken this form. Do you understand this? This point has to be clearly understood for us. Yeah. So we have to understand what are these personalities. When Mahaprabhu, whom we follow, he says, Gopir Bhartur Padakamalayur Das Dasanu Das. He said, I'm not a sannyasi, I'm not a brahmana, I'm not a kshatriya, I'm nobody. Vaishya, Shudra, I'm not a father, I'm not a son. I'm just the servant of 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 the servant who is the servant of the gopis. So who are these personalities? The Krishna himself says you are the topmost. So just very briefly, hopefully this will help our chanting. That is our main point, okay? Now, I've made some notes, so I'm going to refer to these notes. They are very complex points. So I'll try and reproduce some points from it, and that will hopefully give us some direction. Yeah? All right. Now I want us to come to the point. We have not discussed this so much. It is not openly discussed. But this is the central point of our bhakti, of Krishna consciousness as per Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. And that is called Rasa dance. Ultimately, we all have to be part of the Rasa dance of Krishna. Okay, we do not dwell too much on the subject, which should be remembered. For the first time, I'm mentioning this to you in so many years of your association with me. It has to be understood, so I'm saying this, because Radhashtami, and with Radharani and with Krishna, there's only love. There is no politics, there is no war, like Kurukshetra. There is nothing to Krishna to prove. They can tell Krishna his name. Last Wednesday we discussed what is the difference between Arjuna's love and that of the Gopas. We discussed, remember this? Anybody remember what is the point? Why did Arjuna became afraid? You asked the question, Matari. Does anyone remember? I will give the answer.
Because Gopa's love was like spontaneous one, Rag Bhakti, and Arjuna was
Okay, Anybody else? That's correct. Good, good. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody remembers? Have you ever heard it in my class? I thought it's such an important point. When I was meditating upon this, it was like electrifying to me. My whole body was electrified when I read this, meditated upon this. Yes. All right. No? What about you? No? What about you?
I remember those discussions, Prabhuji, discussing about the Gopas.
Yeah. So what was that point? Why? Do you know the answer? No. What about you, mother? No. What about you, mother? You gave some points there. You're halfway there. Okay. But be very careful on this. As I said, this is not to be discussed in public. We just keep it to ourselves. You are part of our team, so keep it to that. Arjuna's love, Gopas would never be afraid of Krishna. Universal form or no form. They would not recognize Krishna as universal form. To that extent, they are true, both Arjuna and. But Arjuna's love for Krishna is through Aishwarya Bhav. The Bhav is of Aishwarya, opulence. This is not the case with the Gopas. Gopas sit on Krishna's shoulder and say, "Hey, you are God, what you are God? I am God. I'm sitting on the shoulders, you are, come, become a donkey on me, become my horse." And they're jumping around Krishna like this. That's why I said, he's dancing. That's why I said the discussion. Remember what I said with starting at the point of discussion?
Dancing because of all of them make him dance.
Dance, and he makes everybody dance. But he is being made to dance. Just see the power. That is Krishna consciousness. Okay. Now in the Rasa dance, we'll just quickly fast forward to this point. This is a very delicate discussion. Okay. So we come to this point. Antar gruha gataha kaschid gopyo labdha vinirgamaha krishnam tadbhavana yukta dadhyur milita lochanaha. So here, some of the gopis, however, could not manage to get out of their houses. They could not get out of their house. And instead they remained home with eyes closed. Not like when you were closed when I was saying this important point. I would have made a note, and when I heard for the first time, I made notes and I put into power. I said, how will I explain to all these people who are devotees? This is such an important point of Arjuna. So the gopis could not go, but they remained in their home with eyes closed, but they're not sleeping. What do? Meditating upon him in pure love. That's what they could do. So what does this mean of this point? What does this mean? What is the philosophy behind this? Some gopis could go, some gopis could not go. So they closed their eyes and meditated upon his pure love. Meditated upon him in pure love. What does it mean?
So they were there,
Thinking.
by
Yeah.
not being there physically, still they were there.
Yeah. So this is what they want to do. They're thinking about it. That's correct. But this is what they could do. You understand this point? So devotional service is not restricted by somebody stopping you. This is the point here. They could also have said, "Oh, they're not allowing me to go," and they'll be upset and all these things, fighting with their husbands and all those things have been going on. Disturb them, and the mood is gone of loving Krishna. He's playing his flute. Come. He's playing his flute. Everybody wants to go. These people cannot go. So they would have fought. We would have done that, right? You're not allowing me to go. Yeah, they just close their eyes. This is what they could do. This is devotional service. Because they know the secrets of bhakti. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains this point. Now, as I said, it is very deep, so I have to refer to these points, okay? Please bear with me. I'll just skip through many points and speak very relevant here for us. Helpful to our bhakti. So there's a reference of Srila Rupa Goswami's Ujjwal Nilamani. No? So there are two categories of gopis. We saw gopis are all one. But please understand, very careful, okay? There are two categories of gopis. One is, as you know, the living beings, Nitya Mukta, the Nitya Siddhas, they are eternally liberated souls. And those who are sadhana siddhas, you know this point, right? Nitya Buddha, but they can be going back to Godhead. Alright? So we are doing that, these are sadhana siddhas. So these are two categories of gopis. Now, the sadhana siddhas have got two further categories. Material world. Yeah? One are the who are in special group is one category, and one who is not in special group. Those who are in special group are personified Vedas. They are called Shrutikaras, Shruticharis. So those who perfect their devotion to Krishna through Vedas, Vedic injunctions, the personified Vedas, they also wanted to love Krishna, the Shruticharis. The second is Rushicharis. Who are those Rushicharis? Those who saw Lord Ramachandra in Danakarana forest. This will answer the question. It was a question. If we should always question ourselves. So if you question this, what we say that yes, Ramachandra, those devotees, the Rishis wanted to become the gopis, so they went there. But what about them? What is the information? This is elaborate information about them. But if we do not, you'll just pass through. You just, okay, fine, I'll just try and become like crowd. But if you're with me, if you're going to be with me, you have to become tigers and lions, not sheeps. This is one example of it. Questioning part. So what happened to the Rushicharis? Those rishis, maharshis who saw Lord Ramachandra and were in love and they wanted to. So how would this possible? But Ramachandra's mood is different. Second point will come, but Ramachandra's mood is different to that of Krishna's mood. He is Eka Patni Vrataha. Krishna is also, but he has 16,108 wives. And so many girlfriends. So mood are totally different. So there is further discussion, further thought process. This is how we have to absorb our thinking. Whether you are cooking for Krishna, whether you are chanting, because Krishna is the lover of Radha. Never forget this point. Whether you are studying Bhagavad Gita, studying this reference. How did Arjuna's universal form, we are connecting universal form with this. Okay? Now there are two categories we discussed, okay? Special categories of, so two categories we said, one is that of Nitya Siddhas, second is Sadhana Siddhas. Okay. Sadhana means, Sadhana Siddha means material world, living in a material world. Then of these Sadhana Siddhas, there are two categories. One is special category groups, other is normal group. In the special group comes two. One is personified Vedas, Rushicharis, second Shruticharis, and second is Rushicharis or Municharis. So, again in the Padma Puran, this is verified. That the gopi, she's okay? She's not feeling well?
She's okay.
So now the personified Vedas gopi is one, and others were reborn sages. The sages who were with Danakarana, they are reborn again. They're reborn as daughters of cowherds, or demigods, or demigod maidens. Remember, daughters of cowherd or demigod maidens. But they are by no means they are ordinary personalities, they are gopis. Even if this is the gopis, we're talking about the topmost Rasa Leela when they go in. This is where everybody wants to go, the topmost form. You cannot go to Rasa Leela. Lord Shankara wanted to go to Rasa Leela. He could not. He had to become a gopi and go. He had to change his dress, he changed his whole personality. fawn became a gopi and go. As a woman, not just woman, gopi is not just that. Everything had to change. So did also Narad Muni had to do the same thing. All this will be revealed as we go to Vrindavan. Do not jump. So, now the daughters of cowherd, are called Gopakanya. So some of them are Gopakanyas. Those who are daughters of the cowherds, they are eternally perfect. They are sadhana, they are nitya siddhas. Why? Why are they nitya siddhas? Because you do not see them studying about Krishna like we are doing now. Bhagavad Gita. They just loved Krishna when he was a small child. Since he was a child, they had given their heart to him. This is beautiful points, is it not so? Okay. So these are nitya siddhas. Those who are the daughters of the cowherd.
Daughters of the cow are like both.
There are two different kinds. We are talking about those who are nitya siddhas, eternally perfect. Okay, nitya siddhas. Now, externally, they were born to the cowherd maidens, their daughters. Gopi is gopi, daughters. And that's why they also perform Katyayani Vrat for goddess Durga. They want to worship, they want to have Krishna as their husband. Because this is how they were playing a human-like form and they perfected it. Okay, to say I want Krishna as my husband. That's why even this form about Krishna stealing their clothes come into play. Okay, they wanted him as a husband. So this is how they have fully taken the role of the cowherd girls by worshipping Katyayani, having Krishna as a husband. So Gopakanyas are actually Nitya Siddhas. So that's why they are the Lord's spiritual potency directly. Now there's another reference which is in Gautamiya Tantra, which talks about the Hladini Shakti and Mahashakti. Hladini ya Mahashakti. See, how do I explain this point? This is their eternal perfection. We are not perfect in any way. We are not a good human being also, we are not very good. Because we've got our mental speculation going on everything. We are not very good in our body. We are not happy with our body, we are not happy with our mind, we are not happy with so many things. And spiritually we are trying to become perfect. See our position? So that's why I said if we are happy within our skin, that's the first thing to go before we go into spiritual perfection. So Nitya Siddhas are those who are spiritually perfect. And that's why being co-eternal with Lord Krishna, their lover. Lord Krishna, their lover. Krishna loves them, their lover. You see, again that point comes. So they are mentioned with 18 syllable mantra, then with 10 syllable mantra, and other syllable mantras. So the worship of these mantras also the Shrutis that present them have been in existence since beginningless time. What is beginningless time? Mahavishnu's body, all living beings go in, including universes, correct? When Brahma dies, all that goes in. And again manifest. So the starting point is not manifesting. It's constantly going on. It's not beginningless time. It exists. So Krishna is worshipped and Krishna's gopis are worshipped and glorified. So it's beginningless time. So 18 word syllable, I can just mention it. It is it's Gayatri also, which everybody sings. It's very clear. Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Vallabhaya Swaha. Now this particular Klim mantra is open. It's right. But this is called Gopal mantra. It's a very important mantra. And this is actually Lord Brahma along with his inhabitants in Brahmaloka. They worship Lord Krishna with this mantra. Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Vallabhaya Swaha. So means what? I offer oblations to Lord Krishna, who is Govinda, the lover of the gopis. So again they worship Krishna as the lover of the gopis, not gopis lover of Krishna. See the position of the gopis. That's why I wanted us to discuss this point. Okay. Now the Shrudichari gopis means Vedas, personified Vedas. They are sadhana siddhas. So since with this they are praying to Krishna, so since we have seen your face which possesses the beauty of Cupid, millions of Cupid, we have been attracted by you and your form, and we want to become a paramour. Now the Rishichari gopis, we said two categories of the special. Shrudichari is personified Vedas and Rishichari. Now Rishichari are those Rishis, Maharshis. So previously they were all Maharshis living in Dandakaranya forest. So Padma Puran gives a reference about this. I'll just quickly go through some points, at the time also we have. So when they saw Lord Ramachandra, we discussed how Lord Ramachandra, his mood is quite different. He is not like Krishna. So how are they attracted in the mood of this? So when they saw Lord Ramachandra, they were actually worshipping Lord Hari in the Gopal form. Go means cow, go means senses also, one who tends them. So they were all worshippers of Krishna, Lord Hari, but in Gopal form. And there Lord Ramchandra came, who was also Lord Hari. But the mood may be different, but the bodily features was the same. Beautiful. So that is the reason why they wanted to enjoy. So if this is Lord Hari, this is what we want to enjoy. So we want to do in the mood of the gopis, you see. But they did not reveal this to him, because the mood, the age was different. Second one, you must understand this is that, which you should ask the question, but that age was quite different 2 million years ago, was not that of Vrindavan Bhav. The Braj was revealed just now, 500 years ago when Krishna came. Before that, the Braj was not revealed. So everything that is in relationship with Braja, the love of Krishna, with the gopis, etc., was not revealed. The process of devotion was quite different. Right? In this age, the process of devotion is chanting of the holy names, Sankirtan. Not deity worship, nor yagnas, nor temple, nor meditation. At that time, the age was very different. The process was meditation. But there were some of them who were worshipping this in that mood of Gopal. So they could not reveal it openly. But Lord being known, Lord Ramchandra knew the desires. So they're feeling very embarrassed, public. Now it's okay, we can talk about Gopi Bhav very easily. Don't even know what is Gopi Bhav. Then you cannot speak like this. They say, what are you talking about? This is against this thing, You cannot. You have to follow the yam, niyam, all this, you have to become Brahmana, all these things you must do. Meditation you must do, so many thousands of years. Then you can have some glimpse of this, of Lord Hari. So that is the reason why, as Sri Ramchandra is like a desired tree, he gave them mercy, and even if they did not voice their request, their desire was fulfilled. Now just understand this point. How is it fulfilled? The means of their lusty attraction. See, you can love Krishna by lusty attractions also. Lustiness in the material world is very bad. You don't have to be lusty. It's very bad. But spiritual world, lustiness is one of the ways in which one can devote. There was a question asked by Sukadeva Goswami. How did the gopis, out of lust, conquer Krishna? Because lust purifies spiritually. So the lusty attraction, they became freed of the ocean of material existence and the cycle of birth and death. And coincidentally, they got the association of Lord Hari in conjugal love. Let's see Lord this or Lord Ram in the Karana forest. To see him say, this is Lord Hari, I want to have conjugal attraction with Krishna. This is what they are worshipping, Krishna.
My very not very much a question, but Krishna came as himself after Lord Ram,
Yeah,
and they already knew
Gopal, yeah.
as Krishna,
Yeah, Gopal.
and they were still in the,
Yeah, because they said the Gopal mantra existed since timelessness.
and they were still like they were.
Just by that mantra, chanting that mantra, things will be revealed. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. You understand, the mantra means one which can reveal by itself. The more we chant intensely, the more it is revealed in your heart. Others will not realize it. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra reveals you to take back to Godhead, provided we have faith. That's why they mentioned the gopis and Krishna's love is existing since timelessness. The 18-syllable mantra, 10-syllable mantra, and we have 16-syllable mantra. So Hare Krishna Maha Mantra also existed at that time.
And so
But the potency is now.
they came when Lord Krishna was there. There is part of his own.
It's coming now. The point will come now here. That question will come now. Don't jump to that point. We're just talking about who are they. And we're at the stage where how did they get attraction of Shruticharis, of Municharis, Rushicharis. So that's how they get this conjugal love. Okay? They were freed to the lustness by the mercy of Krishna. You see him, you get lust is finished, over. Now, what this verse that we're discussing here, see, we just simple verse, right? Some could not go. We finished, we would have moved to the next point. See, we're discussing just that verse. Now, this verse, we can understand that these were the gopis who were children who were kept forcibly at home. Now, another very big, we have to refer to other authority. Srila Kavi Karnapura Goswami. So here it is said that upon seeing Lord Ramachandra, the sages were worshipping Gopal at the time. So very limited numbers at the time, worshipping Gopal. Immediately became elevated to the mature platform of spontaneous love. And reaching the stage of firm faith, attraction and attachment for Krishna. Right? But because they had not freed themselves materially completely, they could see Lord Ram, but they could not completely free them materially. That is the reason why Yoga Maya. So you have to understand the position of Yoga Maya. Now you say, what is Yoga Maya? That's where I'm saying, if you study systematically, you understand what is Yoga Maya, what is Mahamaya. So what is Radhini Shakti? Yeah. So the Yoga Maya, she arranged for them to take birth in the wombs of the gopis and become cowherd girls. So there are two kinds. One was Nitya Siddhas, second are these also. Because they had a little bit of material contamination still existing. But because they were pure enough, their desire was there, they have taken the opportunity to be born and perfected. So we see now, those who are going back to Godhead, they take birth where Krishna appears. And because they worshipped him and the intensity of loving as a paramour, that's why they were born when Krishna appeared. So by associating with eternally perfect gopis, Nitya Mukta gopis, some of these new gopis, they fully manifested their something called Purva Rag. And that means what? That when a girl attains puberty, so before that, just around that time, their attraction to Krishna became to them. This is how gopis were. So from childhood they were attracted to Krishna. So they achieved that by the association of those gopis who are Nitya Siddhas. So they were given the opportunity by Yogamaya to be born in the womb of the cowherd girls. They got this perfection. You see, they also got association part. So this kind of attraction develops before you meet the paramour. Just like we had discussing about Rukmini, Mother Rukmini and Dwarkadish. She had not met him, but by his glorification she loved him. Same thing. So when the new gopis got direct audience with Krishna, with physically associating with him in the same cowherd village, of Vrindavan, whatever remaining contamination they had were finished. And those achieved advanced stage of prema and sneha and so on. Yeah? So even though they were in the company of their cowherd husbands, they were married, but there was no physical relationship. Yogamaya did not allow it to happen. This will remain pure, without any contact with them. They were existing in a pure spiritual bodies, were enjoyed with Krishna. So the night when they heard the flute, let's come to that the point of Krishna is calling them for rasa dance. When the flute was played, their husbands tried to stop them. But by the merciful assistance of Yogamaya, these sadhana siddha gopis were able to go forth to meet Krishna, together with the Nitya Siddha gopis. So the gopis were reaching Krishna's flute, we are skipping that part, in waves. So first came the person who are Nitya Siddhas, then sadhana siddhas, and then others, and then others were stopped. But the other gopis who did not have the good fortune of associating with the Nitya Siddha gopis, they had not achieved the stage of prema. So their contamination was not completely gone. Burnt away. The word uses burnt away. It is burnt away. Burning means what? Put into ashes, doesn't come back again. Goes away, it comes back again. But burn away means finished. That's why after body, when we die, we burn it. It's a question of coming back. Finished. Done. Maharaj would always say it is best. You die, burn the body, finished. Otherwise the soul will hover around it, Like ghosts will come. I want to be in the body again, burn the body again. Don't want to. Finished. Body is not there, what the soul will do. The Maharaj would say this. So that's why they entered in the company of their husbands. And they could not be remaining pure. Because of the lack of association of the Nitya Siddha devotees, the gopis. And because of that, they had children. Yeah? But a short time later, even those gopis developed the Purva Rag, as we discussed, like before meeting the paramour, you love him. So, with the physical association of Krishna, and they also became advanced devotees. Becoming worthy recipients of the mercy of the perfect gopis, they also assumed transcendental bodies and enjoyed with Krishna. But when Krishna was calling them, just finishing this point now, so when Krishna was calling them with the flute, these gopis could not go. So that's why they were stopped by their husbands. And they stood with the stick, and Yogamaya did not interfere for them. So there's some purity has to be done. And due to this separation which they felt, intensity of love, they burnt up their material desires. And lesser desires increased for loving Krishna. So these gopis remembered the sole friend of their lives when they were stopped. They remembered their soul friend of their lives. And Krishna, they remembered him. They were being scolded by their husbands. So although these gopis were perpetually absorbed in love for Krishna, at that particular time, they meditated upon him and cried out for Krishna when they were stopped. They did not fight with the husbands, they cried out with Krishna. It's the final point of what we discussed, Alas, alas, O friend, only friend of our life, Krishna, the ocean of, all artistic skills of Vrindavan, forest. Please let us become your girlfriends in some future life. That's what was written by Rukmini. If I cannot get you as my husband, I don't want to take my life. Every life I'll do the same thing. Every life. Same thing here, see?
So they did not achieve in this life.
Yeah, hold on. Because of this time, they could not see. Because this time we could not see a lotus-like face. So be it, we shall look upon you with our minds. So you can love Krishna within your mind. Nobody can check devotional service. Nobody can check devotional service. Here it is, proof again. Each of them lamenting to herself in this way, the gopis stood with their eyes shut and meditated deeply upon him. That was our point of discussion. So they were never separated with him. Okay? So those who were, among those Municharis also, were those who were born with the gopis, cowherd girls, maidens, along with other who were also born, but they were Nitya Muktas. So the association made them Nitya Muktas. But these ones who could not get association waited. They were not allowed to go. And because of separation, it became mature and they were with him. So I just thought this point should be revealed. Do not ask me more. I try to skip as much as possible. I try to give as much as possible with the limited knowledge that I have, understanding limited that I have got. But I believe that at least a leader's sangha, we should have this information, some knowledge, so that we know where we want to go. That's why we want to. So don't let your body disturb you. Don't let your mind disturb you. Mind will, as I told you, devotional service is joyfully performed. The moment you're not joyful, you're not doing it correctly. You means we are also. Okay? It's free. Don't be attached. Free. Preaching is always free. Yeah, free. What is what we do? We say? What do we say? We take charge of you, but we are not in charge of you. In charge means finish. I'm the boss. No, we do. I want to go. I want to go here. I want to be with you. Very good. Our job is done. Green tick in auditing lesson. A green tick power auditor. It's done by Krishna. Talk. Done. Your business is done. Best. So please engage. Have this mood in you. Everything that we are teaching is in the scriptures. We refer to all the scriptures. And we're teaching you. You also read the scriptures. You must read the scriptures. A person like me, who's such a fool, I cannot sit in one place for long. I'm studying it now. You people are such great personalities. Very intelligent, very intellectual. You think so deeply. You must take out time. And if you do not have time, I don't have time. But I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. I prayed for two things. Time, and then I should have the capacity to read and study and understand and meditate. Your heart will reveal. Chanting reveals. So just like those Munichari gopis, with us mantras chanted, Hare Krishna, we can do Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's why it's very easy to chant. Everybody can chant. Jare dako tare ko Krishna upadesh, amar agnar guru hona tare. This always comes together. I don't plan like this, it happened. Jai. Let's chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Radhashtami Mahotsav ki jai. Shri Radha Kunj Bihari ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Radha ki jai. Shri Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Hare Krishna. Okay, anyone has any burning question? We should have our offering and Shri Prasadam. We are late, we are hungry. Okay, we will go home. We will go work tomorrow. So if you have any questions, you can burning questions, ask me. Now we'll be discussing. We should stop the discussion now. We can stop the recording now, and we'll continue.